Well, hello. Happy Tuesday and welcome to My HealthStyle Live. Thank you for joining us. While we wait just a second or two for a couple more people to join us, I wanted to ask you, what have you done or what are you contemplating doing this first week of spring? I think 2 weeks ago, we had our daylight savings time change, and we had our first day of spring. What have you been doing to celebrate spring? What have you been doing for yourself to celebrate spring? Because pretty soon, some warmer weather and a lot of fun is going to be upon us. For me, I built some planter boxes. Hi, Wendy. Thank you for joining. And a little raised garden because I have some bunny rabbits that like to take over the world. And so I built some planter boxes to celebrate spring. And with all this crazy weather, hopefully it will be the right time to start planting soon. So today we here on live on My HealthStyle app, we're talking about longevity. And the reason for this topic is because it folds into the entire fabric of My HealthStyle. And although, to be clear, we do not sell any products, we are simply here, we're passionate people, professionals in all of our own arenas. We are here to celebrate you and help you explore the best possible lines that you want to get to. And that's kind of our overall goal. And contemplating longevity is a little bit a part of that. And it feeds into the network. Now, this is relevant to me because I'm a soon-to-be empty nester, and you know what happens next in life. You start thinking about the future, and I started realizing that some people that I was communicating to, they were making all of these wonderful plans for their future, and then those plans had to change for whatever reason. And this is not a conversation about finances or politics or any, government entities like, Medicare. This is not that conversation. This is the conversation of you being active and participating in your future role. What do you want? So perhaps if you are a young millennial like my children, this is inconsequential. You're not even contemplating it at all. But if you're an empty nester like myself, you might start thinking about it. So one of the oldest women, I think she's 110 years old, has a wonderful quote. She's not the oldest centennial, but she's one of them. And she is a nun in Italy. And this is her quote: "Have faith in the future and put as much work as you can to make your wishes come true." Isn't that wonderful? Let me read it again. Have faith in the future and put as much work as you can to make your wishes come true. That's just absolutely fabulous. Hi, Alice. Thank you for joining us. So her name, this nun in Italy, her name is, and excuse me if I don't pronounce it properly, Candida Bellotti. Now, centenarians are the exception. Not everybody is living to 100, 110, 117, I think, is kind of where we're at for the max. And this is not a live broadcast about statistics. This is a My HealthStyle live broadcast about sharing our passion with you, why you should be actively participating in your longevity, why it's important. But statistically, because that has to be part of the conversation in a small format, centenarians, they're a rare breed. But overall, our general population, American and global, is increasing in longevity. And if you hear my dogs, excuse me, couple of reasons why our longevity is increasing is, increases in technology, which we're a technology company. We're hoping to help the benefit and increase the health and wellness of our members. So technology plays a role. Immunizations take a role. Take just for one example, even though there hasn't been a cure, there has been significant milestones in HIV, right? So those small things over the years have been helping to increase the longevity of individuals. There is one particular market segment or demographic. I keep using market and I don't know why, but it's a demographic. Hi Tracy, thank you for joining. One particular demographic has not recently been increasing its longevity, and they don't really have any identifiers as to why. I have a couple of ideas, but it's just me as a lone wolf individual. But that particular demographic is white, middle-aged Americans without college degrees, and they are dying younger than ever before. Again, they don't know if it's drugs. They don't know if it's this very rapid onset of diabetes, of hypertension and other issues that can affect individuals' health. They're not entirely sure. It might be crime. We don't really know. But that's a particular demographic that is not increasing its longevity at all. But in general, the average age of Americans is 78.8 years. Imagine living 78 years. What are you going to do with yourself? And I think that's a fascinating question. What are you going to do with yourself at 78 years old? Do you want to be a couch potato at 78 years old? Or do you want to be actively participating in life all the way until the end? Because at the end of the day, and not to be too morbid, at the end of the day, something's going to get us. It's how we live getting up to that point. It's our longevity of living. Does anybody know, all of you that have joined us, I have a question. Who is the princess of fitness for Americans? Does anybody know? She is considered, and she's 90 years old now, she is considered, the first lady of fitness. Any ideas? Well, she is the wife of Jack LaLanne. LaLanne is the first lady of fitness. And in her 90s, she is still out, motivationally speaking, about living a full, long life all the way until the end. So back to our longevity rates of 78 years and what we're going to do with ourselves. Let's think about it from a very practical standpoint. In contrast, to that mortality rate, what is our retirement age? How does that compare to our mortality rates. You were close, Tracy. I'm sorry, but I got first. But our retirement age is also, it's by comparison, it's not increasing the same way. Now, again, this is not a conversation about finances, about politics, about governing bodies. This is about people and their intent. And here's the interesting thing about retirement. On average, people plan to retire older and older. Okay, that's significant unto itself. On average, according to Gallup polls, they want to retire roughly around 66 years old. That means for whatever reason, they think they can work that long or they have to work that long. In comparison to that, they're not actually retiring at that age. They're retiring a good couple of years earlier. And the question remains, are they retiring because they can't physically work that long? Like, what was their initial thought process? They can't work that long, so they're forced to retire. Maybe they did make enough money and they can retire. Maybe they want to jump on Medicaid, and not have to work. But the real point is at some, point in their life, they made a decision that they were going to work. They felt like they could work and they needed to work, and then they backed away from that. Our question is that health related? Is it wellness related? And what can we do? If the average is 78 years old, what do you want to be doing at 78 years old? And how do you want to get there? This is what we here at My HealthStyle help you connect the fabric of all of the elements of your life to figure that out. Your head, your heart, and your body, to figure out if you want to reach working age of 66 years old, what's it going to take? If you're battling some sort of chronic lifestyle issue now, and when I say chronic lifestyle issue, I mean diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, fatty liver disease, high blood pressure, any of those that can be affected by a lifestyle change, we are here to help you to make sure that you are thinking about your future and your longevity, and you are preparing yourself the best way you can. Any questions out there before I say a couple more words? Okay. And I'm doing this actually on Facebook Live, not on our other service, because it was not very friendly today. But if you are interested, there are online tools that you can take called HLEs, Healthy Life Expectancy Calculators. If you choose to take one, and we're considering folding one into My HealthStyle at the moment, if you consider taking one, make sure you take an in-depth one that has at least 20 to 30 questions about it. A quick and dirty one will just give you the basics and tell you, based on your BMI, you should do X, Y, and Z. A more in-depth one will actually go a little bit into your behavior and what behaviors you could change, alter, adapt in order to improve your healthy life expectancy. So again, one more time, are there any questions? Does everybody, one of the reasons why we do these live broadcasts, and next week we're going to be specifically talking about non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, is because our goal is to help you with our passion. So we're experts in individual backgrounds. We're professionals and have certifications in specific arenas, and they're all favoring you and your health and wellness. And there isn't just one issue to ever tackle. There's always this fabric that's weaved together. Today, Arianna Huffington's company, Thrive Global, published an article I wrote about asking yourself what your health style is, and style meaning your attitude. And the cool thing is when you break it down to an attitude, we all know we can change our attitudes pretty easily. So the idea of longevity and specific issues, meal planning, specific issues of cost savings for your dietary plan that you would like to follow, specific things like chronic lifestyle issues that you might be facing, reducing your A1C, reducing your cholesterol, if you are fighting metabolic syndrome. These are the things that your team of My HealthStyle coaches can help you with. Team, head, heart, body, because there is no one size fits all solution to anybody. And you might find out working with your team that although your head is thinking X, Y, and Z, really your heart and your body aren't following it. And this is a way that your coaches can help you identify and bring everything together, this fabric that also makes My HealthStyle. So thank you all very much for joining me. I hope that next week you will join us again here at 6:30 Facebook Live to talk about non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Think about your longevity, how actively you participate in how you want to live in your future. Just think of that simple statement. How do you want to actively participate in your future? If you're living to 70, 78 years old, how do you want to live that? And those decisions that you make now, are here to help you with. You can find out more information on our website, which is also our app site, myhealthstyleapp.com. And you can scroll through and see our coaches that are available to work with you right now. Select your team and get on your way to the longest, best, healthiest life that you can live. So, again, thank you all very much. Looking forward to talking to you next week. And feel free to ask any questions right here on our Facebook page. We will get back to you quickly. Also on our website, we have a live chat. We're happy to ask any questions that you might have. Thank you so much. Be well.